All right, y'all. Before I get started, let me shout out Black Ram 313. This is his original video. The video is entitled "Men Are Tired and No Longer Willing to Court Women." You can go over to Black Ram 313 and check out the full video. I'm just gonna play a little piece of it so I can respond to the women who have the issue of men not courting them anymore. And it's going to get worse, but let's take a look at it and see.
If that man is not courting you, run. I'm being so for real. If he's not getting you flowers, if he's not trying to plan dates, run away now. He's not courting you because you're allowing him not to. You're giving him everything that he wants. When you know your worth, a guy will realize that you know your worth. And if he truly wants you, if you're what he really wants, he will court you. Trust me.
All right. So let's deal with what she was saying. Okay. Now, this sister was saying, now I agree with the end part. Absolutely. If you are really what he wants, he would try his best to do some type of interpretation of courting. But one of the problems is most men don't know what courting looks like. They don't have no clue of what courting is. The only clue they have, the only thing they know they're supposed to be doing is trying to get sex from a woman. They have no clue about trying to find out about her background, about her past love life, her issues, and all the other things that come with that vagina that you're striving to get to, right? So they don't understand everything, her family, all of these different things that come with that vagina, right? It's like when you buy a house, they say you're not buying the house, you're buying everything around the house, the schools, the environment, everything, right? Well, same thing with a woman, sort of. You know, you're not just getting the vagina, you're getting everybody who comes with that vagina. The mom, the dad, the brothers, the sisters, the crazy aunts, the grandparents, the ex-boyfriends, the side pieces. You're getting everybody who came before you to the party. You're getting all of them coming to the party. So that you need to check all that stuff out to make sure that the person that you are dealing with is number one, worth that type of investigation, and number two, when you do make the investigation, is you see too many things that are going to be a problem down the road, maybe you might want to cut the cord a lot sooner than later, right? But she said that men are not going to court you, and a lot of times men are not courting. Like I said, they're not courting because they don't know what courting is. There's no place where you can go as a man. Excuse me, scratch that. There's not too many places you can go as a man and you'll be taught what courting is. See, most of these men, all they know is, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. All I know is all the cool guys I know, they're hound dogs, and they're always trying to get, vagina from these women. So I guess that's what I need to be doing. And so they just adopt that philosophy, right? You see it on TV, you see it on the internet, you see it almost everywhere, that the real cool guys are the ones that's, trying to get between some chick's legs all the time, right? No background investigation, no investigation into the family, no investigation in the what I call it, the body count. Well, Clarence, the body count's not important, Clarence, because that doesn't mean anything. Of course it means something. Of course it means something. The body count shows you the lifestyle that this person was living. And if they live in a certain type of lifestyle, are they really worth the love and endearment you're going to put into this relationship? You don't want to put that kind of energy into somebody who has a situation where they have this enormous body count, and the reason why they got this enormous body count is because they got a mentality that says the streets are okay. This body count means that I'm powerful. Well, if that's the kind of mentality that she got, then maybe she's not for you. You don't want a person that thinks high body count shows strength, as Maxine Waters would say. You don't want that. What you want is somebody who says, man, I value myself enough to keep this number low so that I can give the most of myself to another person. Then I'm willing to do a full body cellular cleanse to clean out any vibratory issue that I got from any residual DNA from sperm that may have been retained in my body from other ejaculatory episodes, right? That's what somebody who is really thinking about having a husband and giving them something dear is going to do. Whereas the average woman is just like, what do you mean? What does a body count mean? That's nothing, Clarence. That doesn't mean anything. I'm powerful. I'm strong. You just don't want a strong woman. No, as a matter of fact, I don't. I want somebody stronger than a strong woman. I want somebody even stronger than a strong woman. Right? Somebody that's strong enough to say, nah, dude, you a handsome guy and you talking and, you spitting a lot of game and all that. But if you ain't talking about being a husband and showing me the value that I'm going to get out of being your wife, then I'm strong enough to say, peace to the east. I'm gonna keep this vagina on the shelf for somebody special that comes along, right? So anyway, man, don't think that these guys aren't. There, a lot of them are just not courting. Now, there's some of them that ain't courting because that's not what they want to do. They're just trying to have casual sex with as many partners as they can because they have some crazy idea that the more women they have, the more of a man they are. Somewhere along the line, we as a society, I think in the European culture, and they brought that over to us, where having all this sex makes you a more valued member of the community, right? Because you can have all this sex, and to me, that's a falsehood, but it's hard sell, man. Because you got people like Fresh and Foot that's trying to tell you, hey, look, that's what you should focus on. Get money so you can get sex. Get your career set so you can get sex. Get some value. Get a nice car so you can get sex. Get this so you can get sex. Get that so you can get sex. Right? Basically, a Roman ideology, right? Yeah, you set yourself up so you can have all the sex you want, right? And that's cool, no problem, you know what I mean? If that's what you want to do. We're talking about women that's looking for men. See, women lose a lot. Women lose a lot because they are using antiquated ideology, and you want to do your modern thing, but you use an antiquated thinking process to put into the modern situation. You're a modern woman, but you want a traditional man, and it doesn't match. You as a modern woman are not going to attract, you're going to attract modern men. And modern men or modern males are going to be looking to have sex with you, not trying to court you to create a wife out of you. They just not. Because they've been told by all these different places that getting a wife is a bad deal for them. Right? It's getting a bad deal. And they starting to realize, more men are starting to realize that you can live a very happy life without forcing yourself on a bunch of women to try to have sex. When I say forcing, I mean not physically forcing, but just pestering women. Hey, when you go out with me, can you go out with me? Can you go out with me? Can you go out with me? Please, 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 please. There's no need to do that anymore. You can live a whole life without dealing with women like that, man. And because I'm going to tell y'all, the numbers are not on the women's side in this situation. And I keep saying that, but nobody wants to address that with me. Nobody wants to bring it. They just push me away and say, "Oh no, what do you know?" But all the numbers are right there. All the evidence is right there. It's too many women. It's too many women as opposed to available women, as opposed to too little available men. I told you guys 3 years ago that men are not going to have to, they're not going to have to cold approach women anymore. Women are going to have to start learning how to cold approach. You're going to have to start dealing with rejection. If you're looking for good men. Now, these ragtag dudes that's going to hit you at every turn that's in the club and the bars, they'll always be there for you. They will always be there to give you some type of low-level validation that, hey, I'm still desired. Yeah, right. Them dudes will always be there. But I'm talking about good men. I'm talking about men that want to love their wives, love their family, want to take care of a family. They want to do they want to do things with their family. They want to spend time with their children, spend time with their family. They want to grow and develop as men inside of a family. Those kind of guys are going to be off the market quick, right? Those kind of guys are not going to stay on the market fast. Stay on the market. Why? Because smart women are out looking for them. And they're not waiting. They're not, see, what the church told us. The church told women back in about 50 years ago, the church, and up to probably around, they probably maybe still doing it now, where they tell you, hey, just wait on God. God is going to deliver this man to you. Okay, maybe so. In the marketplace, that was allowing, that women were outnumbering that men were outnumbering the women. Men that wanted a good woman were outnumbering the women. It is totally flip-flop now. It has totally flip-flop. The women completely 8 or 9 to 1 are outnumbering men. 8 or 9 to 1 in the sexual marketplace. Men don't have to cold approach anymore. Only men that have to cold approach are the men looking for sex. Men looking for wives don't have to cold approach anymore. All you have to do is go places where women that looking for husbands are going to be at. Typically church, typically mosque, typically religious halls. Even still, even though you find a woman in religion, you still got to do a background check, and you still got to investigate her lifestyle, past lifestyle. You still have to do it. So there ain't no safe ground for none of us. But I just want to get into the courting thing, because there's some women that think, oh, men know what courting is, but they just not doing it. No, most men don't know what courting even looks like. They ain't never been taught or shown what courting looks like. Right? If you grew up, especially men that grew up with a single mom, how would you know, and you never saw nobody court your mother, how do you know what courting looks like? You definitely ain't gonna see black men courting on TV. They make black men look like the most idiots, the biggest idiots that ever lived, right? Almost every show you watch, the black men are always under the tutelage of a black woman, right? The black woman is the rock of the family, not the man, right? The man is just harebrained fool that stumbles into work every day, stumbles back home, pays all the bills, it takes care of all of the financial necessities, yet he's this stumbling, bumbling idiot that the big mama's got to tell what to do so that because he can't handle nothing because he's so stupid. Right? Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm lying. But that's why men don't watch network TV anymore. You know why ESPN fired almost all of their male hosts? Because men are not watching network television anymore. They're not. Men are tired of the way they're getting portrayed on network television. They're done with it. And they're getting ready to stop watching cable. You better be careful, cable. They're getting ready to stop watching Netflix and Hulu and all of these different network, Showtime and all. They getting ready to stop watching all of y'all. Because all y'all programs depict men so poorly that men don't want to watch this stuff no more. Men are gonna primarily be focused on subscription-based media. That's what most men are gonna do. They're gonna be dealing with that. That's where it's going. That's where most men are going to. Subscription-based media, where if I'm gonna pay for it, if I'm gonna pay attention, I'm gonna pay for what I want to see, what I want to have enriching my mind. But those are a whole nother story, man. Men are just depicted so poorly in commercials and television, media, almost all media. They just idiots. But black men are depicted the absolute worst. Absolute worst. They make black men look so bad they can't even find the front door, man. It's just terrible, man. But anyway, let's get back to work.
so foreign for a man to offer you on a date instead of offer himself to your home? Can we bring back chivalry? Can we bring back gentlemen? Can we bring back roses on the first?
Women, y'all killed it. Y'all killed all that. Like Dave Chappelle said, y'all killed it. Y'all killed chivalry. Women killed chivalry. Men don't know what to do on a date with you no more. They don't know what to do. They don't know if you're feeling them. They don't know if you enjoying spending time. They don't know what's going on. They don't know if they're getting played for a meal. They don't know what's going on. Men are in such bad shape, but they waking up. And that's the problem, is they waking up to realize, hey, I'm talking about good men. I ain't talking about the Negroes that you can find in the bar that's going to buy you a bucket of chicken wings. I'm not talking about that dude. I'm talking about dudes that's looking for wives. So that's what I'm talking about. So let me keep qualifying what I'm saying. I ain't talking about dudes that's out there trying to hit and run. I'm talking about dudes that's looking for wives. Those type of guys are tired of being rejected by the least of women. They're tired of being rejected. So they just saying, F it. I'm not going to even approach them no more. Right? This theory and this thinking process developed the passport bros, right? They got tired of being rejected. They said, man, why am I going to be here and be rejected? I'm rejected because I can't compete with athletes who make all this money. I can't compete with them athletes. I can't compete with, the rappers and the entertainers. I can't compete with them. Let me get on a plane and go somewhere where I'm the athlete. I'm the entertainer. I'm the baller. Right? I know, but women don't get that, man. Well, most women. I'm not saying all women, but most women don't get that, man. Most women think, hey, you gonna be in a passport, bro. And then some of those passport bros, they got angst for black women. They got angst because that's where they was being rejected most of the time, right? So of course they got angst for women. But I just think that, women in today's society, man, y'all killed the chivalry, man, because men don't know what to do. Men don't know what to do. You go out on a date with a woman, and a woman could just act any kind of way and treat you any kind of way, and then be a victim and say, oh, well, he wasn't paying that much attention to me, or he didn't do this for me, or he didn't do that for me. Men are tired of that. Men want you to pay attention to them for once. And the numbers going to bear that out. The numbers are going to bear that out. There's nothing, it's just like now. I said this 3 years ago, and I'm telling you now. Now, what you got on the market out there in the marketplace now is you got men that are just trying to get the booty, right? You ain't got men that's out there trying to get married. You got dudes that's trying to get the booty. Why? They don't have because men that was trying to get married, the smart women yanking them off the market, and you ain't hearing from them again. I had a friend, man. A friend told me one time. She said, most women are stupid. I said, what you mean by that? Now I ain't got no reason to lie to y'all, so this ain't me making this up. I'm telling y'all about my friend. She's a female. She was telling me this. She was saying most women are stupid. And I said, what you mean by that? She said, most women, if their girlfriend asks them, hey, how's your love life with your husband or this or that? They'll say, oh, it's great. The dude is great. She said, I said, my girlfriends ask me about somebody, I always said, well, he all right, he ain't nothing to write home about. He ain't, to throw him off the scent. She said, if you tell a woman that your man is, doing you right, digging it out, next thing you know, she's going to be stopping by, and then next thing you know, she's going to be stopping by when you ain't home. I thought about that. I said, that makes a little sense. That makes a little sense. But why did I bring that up? The reason I brought that up is because you're looking for good relationships, but all you seeing on these social media is negative situations, right? Well, the reason why you seeing negative situations, because people that got good situations, they ain't out here promoting it. They're not out here promoting, hey, this is what I got going on, and yeah, and my man do this and my man do that. Only idiots do that. You're creating envy and jealousy in your friends, and they got access to get to you and your man. Some of these women are so desperate, man. They will attack their own friends' relationships just to get to a man, just to get to a decent man. Some. Anyway, what happened to chivalry? Women killed it. Women killed it with their entitlement, with their huge amount of entitlement and their delusional mental delusional mentality on a lot of different things. They just killed it. It's not worth it to men to be like that anymore. Plus, you have too many 304s out there. You got too many places where you can get sex without doing all that. Now, is that good? No, I'm not saying that's good. Nobody should be in that situation. But women are the one that drove it. Just like the problem that you got now, where the trans men are coming into your space. Trans women are coming into the heterosexual female space, right? The trans women and the lesbians are trying to pull you off the reservation, right? Because y'all welcome them in. Hey, come on in. We'll fight for you. We'll fight with you. But when your cause comes up, they tell you, oh, no, go on off the reservation, right? They don't help you fight nothing, right? We don't help you try to make your heterosexual relationship work better. No, they never do that. You accept them and they kick you in the ass. But, hey, I'm not, that's a whole nother conversation. I don't want to go down that road. Let me stay on point here. Let's finish up with this lady who says, man, whatever happened to chivalry? What happened to giving roses on the first date? Why should you do that with somebody you don't even know when they may look at those roses? I mean, you obviously have never been out on a date with a woman where a woman said, because I've given roses to women and women saying, well, I don't like roses. I like orchids or this or that, or whatever they say. They show you an immense amount of indifference because you actually went and did that, and they feel like, man, you should know me well enough that you should know the kind of flower I like. But hell, I didn't know. I just decided to do this on a whim. But some of our sisters, man, they've been hurt so bad, man, they just cold-blooded. See, I don't discount the fact that they've been hurt. I know that a lot of them have been hurt. That's why they act the way they act. I get that. All right, y'all, let's move on, man. Let's move on.
First date.
Why don't men like courting women anymore?
I can answer that for you. Most men don't want to court women anymore. It's because they want to be the ones that's courted. They want to be the one that's chased, and they don't want to step up as a man and do what they're supposed to do.
See, now see, this is another thing. You don't want to step up as a man, right? Instead of them understanding and realizing, a lot of men have been raised in a single mother household, single parent household. They never saw the courting process occurring to even learn to pick it up. How would they know? But see, these people think, oh, well, you're supposed to automatically know, man. You're supposed to automatically know how to court somebody. Men do the same thing, right? You as a woman, you're supposed to automatically know how to treat me as a man. How does this girl know how to treat you like a man when she ain't never seen it before? Her mama ran off every man that ever came in her life. When her looks finally came to a crashing halt, no more men. And the caliber start dropping, right? As you get older, the caliber of man start dropping, right? You can raise it back up by being a certain type of woman, but that's all in knowledge. You got to have a certain kind of knowledge to do that. If you don't have that kind of knowledge, you're going to keep attracting men, but the caliber is going to go down. Till now, you're just attracting these barstool dudes, and these, divorcees trying to get back on their feet, right? Shout out to the divorcees. Nothing wrong with that. But a lot of times they get involved in relationships before they're ready. But really, women have not all women, but most women, especially women in the sexual marketplace, have created such a toxic situation for men to get involved with that therefore men are treading lightly by getting involved with the sexual marketplace most of the time. Or they just say, F it. I'm going to get rejected anyway. I might as well just present like this. I might as well just present, with my balls on the wall. Why be nice when you just going to get stepped on? Why be good when you just going to get stepped on? Why be a decent man when you just going to get stepped on? Why do it? Right? It has no, there's no, there's no future in doing that. There's no benefits. You're not going to receive no benefit for treating a woman nice. I mean, that's what's going around in most men's head, especially in the sexual marketplace. That's why when they're out in the sexual marketplace and they're presenting, they just say, F it, No, I'm not paying for your dinner. No, I'm not paying. I don't know you. I just met you, right? When in reality, what we used to do is we used to take somebody out on a date. We paid for everything. Woman wouldn't even need their purse. You could tell the woman, hey, leave your purse at home. You don't need to bring your purse. I got everything. That's how we used to do it back in the day. Now, these guys say, no, you need to bring your purse. I see you walking without your purse. You need to go back in there and get your purse because you might need to spend some money. Right? Why is that? Because women today have a different mentality, and so do the men. Therefore, those things are different. But the assumption that you know already how to court, that's a false assumption. That's a false assumption. But a lot of women, man, they just berserk. Now, they don't know how to treat a man because they were never taught, but then they can't understand and rationalize this man probably was never taught how to court. Right? If you know how to court as a woman, you probably gonna have to teach a man what you need to be, what courting is and why it's important. And if he really care about you, if he really want to make something happen with you, he'll sit down and listen and try to provide you with that stuff. Right? But you always got to investigate a man. You always got to investigate his motives. You always got to check into him, check his headspace. What do you think about, us moving this relationship a little bit forward? Oh no, we cool right where we at. Oh, okay, well now this dude finna put you on the shelf. Or dude, hey, I'm still trying to get to know you. You don't know what's going on there. I'm still trying to get to know you, but if so much time go by and he's still saying, I'm still trying to get to know you, what you want is a man to say, hey, okay, if you want me to court you, okay. But he should have some demands or desires of his own that you should be willing to meet. Right? But see, this is the type of woman that you would have a problem in a relationship because she expects you to do a lot of stuff, but she don't expect to have to do nothing. You're not being a man because you're not courting me. How do most of these guys don't even know what courting looks like? Don't even know what it looks like. Anyway, let's go.
They want women to do everything now, and there's just no effort from them at all. Now, I'm not saying all men are like that, but most men these days, they want you to chase them and beg for them, and I'm not the one, so.
All right. Classic Pookie picking. Classic Pookie picking, right? Classic Pookie picking. Now, this is what kills me about Pookie pickers, man. Pookie pickers always put it on all of us as black men, right? They pick these Pookies and then they say, hey, they ain't no good black men. But the question is, why do they say that? Because they obviously have never been involved with every black man. So how could they possibly make that type of assessment? Okay, I'm about to do the mathematics for you. So listen very carefully. The reason why the Pookie pickers always say, the Cynthia G's and the Princella Queen makers, the reason why they say this stuff is to take the responsibility of picking Pookies off of them. The irresponsible sexual selection that they are doing in the sexual marketplace, and the horrifying results that it's being that are being developed by not only them and other women who are Pookie picking. Some of them very a morbid and mortal fatality type of situations are happening. So to remove the responsibility off of them for doing an internal and character investigation, they just will say, hey, there ain't no good black men out there. There isn't any good black men out there. We know that's a fallacy, right? Or no black men don't know how to love. We know that's a fallacy, right? These are just lies that they tell to recruit women into their horrible menagerie of single, lonely, and probably lesbianism type of situation. Where why not just, if you want to recruit people into lesbianism, why don't you just say, hey, you know, hand out the pamphlet. Hey, these are the benefits of lesbianism. Why do you have to say something that's wrong to push lesbianism? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, a lot of these women, and I'm trying to tell you, man, they just don't want to, you know, the irresponsible sexual selecting that they are doing in the sexual marketplace. They don't want to be held responsible for those decisions. So the poor decision making. So what they'll say is they will, this is a logical fallacy called poisoning the well. They will say that, hey, since I had a bad experience with this situation, everybody who deals with this situation is going to have a bad experience. It's called poisoning the well. It's a logical fallacy, right? Because you don't know every black man. If you knew and met every black man, then every man, you could say that men are incapable of love. They ain't no good black men, so on and so forth. You could say those things, but no one has done that, right? So that's why it's a logical fallacy. It's poisoning the well. It's putting poison in the well before you even had a drink of the water, before anybody else has a drink of the water. So when they do drink from the water, it's already poisoned. Their mind is already going to be corrupted with the information that you're putting out. I feel sorry for these young women, man, because all you got is the Cynthia G's out there. You got the Maxine Waters out there. You got the Meg Thee Stallions. You got the Cardi B's. And now you got the Princellas, the Queen makers out there, leading you right off the cliff. They're leading you right off the cliff. Instead of saying, hey, sisters, let's get together and find out what these men want, and the good ones at least. Let's find out how to connect to only the good men. Right? But see, the reason why you ain't trying to find that out, the honest reason why you ain't trying to find that out is because the good men are not sexually stimulating. And that's why they're not visually stimulating, and that's why you're not attracted to them. You're not attracted to the good men. You're attracted to the poor men. Why? Because the men that behave and treat women like crap, they don't have to treat you better because they're the more sexually attractive men. So therefore, they're always going to have women chasing after them. Therefore, they have no incentive to try to learn how to treat women better. Meanwhile, the guys that are trying to treat women good, that are not as sexually attractive, but they definitely have much better character, they go without women, especially in the United States. They go without women. So now what a lot of them are doing is saying, well, I'm going to go out of the country because I can't compete with these athletes, right? These women want me to live like an athlete. I don't have that kind of money. These women want me to live like an entertainer, like one of these rappers. I don't have that kind of money. But if I go over to Colombia, if I go over to Thailand, if I go over to the Philippines, if I go over to the Dominican Republic, I'll be the rock star when I get there. I'll be the rock star. So why should I waste time here? This is what men are saying these days. especially the men who have means to do it, make those kind of moves, they saying, why should I stay here and deal with this? And women are saying to themselves, you don't love your mother because you're going to date somebody that's, off the reservation. And men are saying, so what? Women been dating men off the reservation forever. The problem that black women have is black women have a problem when it comes to conception, because when they conceive a baby, that baby's going to have black blood in it, and that is a problem for most of these other races of men. That is a problem for them. There's some white men that say, hey, it's no problem. There's some of other races that say, hey, man, I just want a healthy baby. But the majority of them, that number is very small compared to the amount of women that want a person of another race. So that's the dilemma that black women have trying to date people from other races, right? I think women of other races accept that from black men, but I think men are not as willing, not as quick to accept it. That's why when you say, how come white women still they're holding their value? They hold their value because only the white woman can produce a white baby. That's it. Only the white woman can produce a white baby. So that's how come she'll hold her value. No matter how big she gets, no matter how disturbing she acts, no matter how much crap that she throws against the wall, she holds her value to the white man. She will hold her value to the white man for a time. Anyway, if I'm saying something that's out of pocket, please let me know in the comments. But please come have some good takes. Don't just say, "Glenn, we didn't like what you said." I know you don't like what I'm saying. The question is what I'm saying true? That's the only issue. All right, let's continue with this lady, man.
If you want me, come and get me.
See, now, here she go. If you want me, come and get me. Now, I'm trying to tell you, they will come and get you. It's just not good. Good men are not coming to get you. Good men are already, see, smart women are chasing good men. I'm trying to tell you. The smart women aren't saying stuff like this. Only the dumb ones are. Excuse me, sis. Hate to say that about you, but only the dumb women are saying this. Good women are keeping their mouth shut, and when they see a lion, man, they set up the traps to go get him. Meanwhile, you want a lion to chase you when he's already getting chased by, I'm talking about good men. I'm calling them lions. I'm not talking about these men sitting on bar stools, going to clubs every night. I'm not talking about those dudes. Yes, those dudes will come and get you, sis. Don't worry. And then you're going to say, where are all the good black men? Where are all the good men? All the good men, the competition is so great for them. The competition is so high for good men because there's women that got a third eye that can see that. Most of the women that's out here, they have been diluted with the mentality has been poisoned by the Cardi B's and the Meg Thee Stallions and the Beyoncés and those type of people that have told you, and the TLCs, and they told you that, men are this or that, instead of telling you, hey, if you want a marriage minded man, that's a whole nother pond that you got to fish out of. So you've been fishing for men out of this pond. You fishing for halibut in a tuna pond. Well, only tuna are here. You want a halibut, you got to go to where halibut swim at. You got to go to the pond where halibut are at. Can't, you know what I'm saying? You over here looking for salmon, for that one salmon in this halibut area. No, you got to go where salmon swim. Fresh water, right? Not ocean water, fresh water. But see, most women just don't get this stuff, man. Or they get it, but they will not accept it, right? Their acceptance, they don't accept the reality of the fact that, hey, you are not going to get men that good men are not going to come and, yes, who is it? I'm a good man. I was sent by the Lord. Yeah. I'm just coming over to see if you want to start the courtship process. I look good. I got six pack. I got 6 figures, and I got 6 inches, and I got all this stuff that y'all say y'all need. Here I am. Oh, and I'm handsome too. Not gonna work. I'm a thug, but I know how to act like a thug, but then I know how to act like a business person, and then too much. You outside of reality. That 1 in a million dude is out there somewhere, but I mean, most good dudes are gonna be good dudes all the time. They're just gonna try their best to treat you right. But you ain't attracted to those dudes, right? You attracted to these, thuggish, ruggish dudes, right? They just take y'all in, they beat y'all up, they throw y'all away, and then you say, oh, there ain't no good black men, there ain't no good men out here. No, you ain't sexually selecting good men, because you're more attracted to you're selecting these men based on their sexual attractiveness and not adding in the value of the character as well. Because you say, you know what, I'm gonna fix him, girl. I'm gonna work on him. And the man works on you. You think you're gonna work on him. He already know how you think, and he gonna work on you. He gonna play you against yourself. We just had a guest on, Leon R. Walker Jr., and he said he's a narcissist that's changing, right? He's trying to change his life, but he's talking about a lot of strategies he used to use when he used to manipulate women. And you can manipulate somebody who has hard values. That person you can manipulate against their own value system. You can manipulate them against their own value system. Anyway, let's move on. This lady says, come and get me. Oh, don't worry. The barstool heads and the club boys, they coming to get you and tear you down. And eventually you're gonna say, what happened? 'Cause you was trying to find a good man in a bar and in a club, and those are not the places. I'm not saying good men don't go there, but they're going there to hunt. They're not going there to look for wives. They're going there to hunt. It's a difference. All right.
I'm not chasing you.
Okay. Like I said, you ain't chasing a good man. Prepare to be pursued by the worst of the worst. Okay? If you ain't chasing no good man, don't be mad that you by yourself, or that you got, these fledgling dudes all up on you. Good morning, beautiful. Good morning, beautiful. Good morning. Okay. Don't be mad, because you made the decision that you wasn't going to accept the reality of the times you living in. See, most of y'all women, y'all driving a horse and buggy down, in the Jetsons time. This is the Jetsons. You got to have a flying car. But y'all run around in a horse and a buggy talking about, I'm looking for a man. Only dudes standing still got time to mess with you. Good dudes are moving at supersonic speed. They don't have time to stop to chase a woman. How come women don't get that? If you ain't putting your bid in for a good man, you're going to get what's left of the rest. The smart women are all over good men. They all over them. It's only the unintelligent that's encouraging men to come and chase them in this day and age. Yeah, you could have did that in the 80s in the 70s and the 80s. It made more sense then. But in today's marketplace, it don't make sense for a man to chase women when he's outnumbered. Some places 16-1. I'm in California, 16 available women to one man. It don't make sense. Only the undisciplined and foolish are chasing women, especially at bars and clubs. The educated man, if he see a woman that he like, first thing he's gonna do is check out how she look, how she move, and if she move like somebody that got some sense, he's just gonna walk up and introduce herself. She shoot him down, but he just gonna introduce himself. It ain't no big deal. But chasing somebody, ain't chasing nobody. What I gotta chase you for? I'm outnumbered 16-1 out here, and that's the available women to available men. There's no reason why in most places in the country it's at least 8-1. Forget about Atlanta. Heterosexual cat. Forget it. You think you really have to chase a woman in Atlanta? A heterosexual woman in Atlanta? Women in Atlanta are lining up by the thousands to get in the clubs just to get a look at a man. They're just hunting in the wrong place. You want what you want, but you want that excitement, and I understand that. But at some point, you got to have the discipline to say, maybe, you know what, that was good for that time, but now it's a whole nother time. Maybe I should consider the personality and the character more so than the sexual prowess. How about that? Because if I'm really what he wants, we can work on this sexual prowess. Anyway, y'all, let's keep it moving.
So, serious question, right? Why is it that the new generation of men want to be pursued? Like, they want women to chase after them in order for them to feel like a woman is worthy of them chasing her.
A man that wants a woman to chase after him, wants to be validated. They looking for validation just like women, right? I'm not saying you should, as a man, you should want to, but I'm just saying that the odds are going to be in your favor. That if you focus on your purpose and what you're here to do, if you focus on that and you focus on being a good person and always trying to learn, man, you're going to see you got very little time to be chasing women. You have very little time. But you'll quickly notice if you put yourself in certain situations, good women will be there. Now, are they going to be the most sexually arousing women, publicly sexually arousing? No. That's what stops a lot of guys from chasing after women like that, because they want a woman that's sexually arousing immediately. No, what you want is a woman that's going to arouse you in your bedroom, right? Or in your house or whatever, in your quiet time alone with her. You don't want a woman that's on the street dressed like a 304 and then you're going to get mad because other dudes are looking at her, but you let her come out the house like that. Come on. When I say let her, I mean you didn't give her no pushback on try. Of course you can't stop somebody from coming out the house. But if you ask somebody not to dress a certain way and they say, I'm gonna do it anyway, that should tell you something. That something that small should tell you something. What if you tell her, hey, I don't want you to talk to the children like that. I'm gonna do it anyway. Damage your children for life, right? It's just funny to me, man. People that ain't been married, that haven't been through the ups and downs of the relationship, they out here giving relationship advice, man. It's just crazy. It's just crazy, man. They don't have no skin in the game, man. But hey, anyway, the new dudes are just saying, why should I chase you when I got the numbers in my favor? See, and the numbers are going to continue to grow in men's favor. That's the problem. By the time most of you women finally figure the shit out, you're going to be so far down the line as far as being able to capture a man that really has something that he wants to do on his mind. The only people that's going to be left is the baggers and taggers. That's all. That's why you got to present yourself. So this is why you have to be smart. You cannot now, if you really want to get in a matrimonial situation. Now, for those of y'all that just want to be 304s, cool. I'm not telling you what to do, right? You want to be a sex worker or 304, whatever, then you do your thing. Continue to do your thing, right? Because you're not looking for a situation where you have a husband anyway, right? You don't want nobody to tell you what to do, right? Okay, continue. Proceed, right? What do they say? Yeah, as you were, right? But I'm talking to the women that's looking to be offered matrimony. If you wanted to be offered matrimony, meaning a man looks at you and says, I'm willing to risk my whole life to have you in my life. I'm willing to put all of that on the line and risk that to be with you, to grow something with you. Hopefully we can do it. If you want something like that, why is a man going to do that? You got to think like a man for a minute. Why would a man offer you all that he has his whole life? Why would he do that? Because I look good. I look good. Stop. We got to stop being stupid. You got to have more going on for you than looking good for a man to say to himself, she's the one. She's the one. But nobody, y'all don't want to listen, man. You know the fastest way to get into a man's heart? Cooking. That's the fastest way to get in good with a man, is making the kind of dishes that he likes and making them that and making sure they taste good. That is the fastest way you're going to get in good with a man. Quicker than sex, quicker than anything. The next thing is honest communication, and sex probably number 3 on the list. But I know a lot of y'all women think if I give him more sex, then he'll have a strong desire for me, right? I just got to give him all this sex. You're doing it backwards. It's like celibacy. That's what you should have been doing in the first place, but now you're doing it after all of this trauma has happened. Now you're doing the celibacy when that should have been happening in the first place. But we always doing stuff backwards in the black community, man. Anyway, this woman says, why ain't there no man that's what happened to the new men? Y'all happened to the new men. Y'all have, women have augmented the sexual marketplace so much that men don't have to, and then y'all numbers, y'all break up y'all relationships so quick today. It's so many available women on the marketplace. It's just too many of y'all to y'all driving the value of vagina way down, because now any man can get almost any woman if he really wants her by various means. Anyway, let's continue.
Pursuing her or going out their way to make her feel special. Like, when was it a thing for a man to automatically feel like he's the prize? Like, is it a money thing? Is it like...
No, sweetheart, it's the numbers. It's the numbers. You don't have the numbers, right? You do not have the numbers so that you can be considered the prize. Plus, the behavior of a lot of women in today's market, particularly the black women, is simulates a sexual insatiability that most men find. They look at that in the terms of just being there one night stand. They're not looking for marriage. They don't feel like you are marriage minded because of the way you dress, act, and talk. Sup, bro? Sup, bro? Yeah, bro. Men don't like women that talk like men. Men don't like that. Only really, really crazy dudes like something like that. Most men want a woman that talks like a woman, soft, nice, right? Even if you got something to say when you teaching, it's still in a nice way, right? Most women, but a lot of the women, especially the women in the black community, a lot of them, not all of them, but a lot of them will have this like masculine tone to their voice and how they, they may look like a female in certain ways, but still carry a masculine energy. Man is already gonna categorize you in his head. She's not for the long haul. This is a short haul type of situation. I'm just giving y'all the game, man. If you listen to me, you can go out there and find you a good man that wants to marry you. If you listen to me. But if you listen to all these other people, man, they're going to make it sound like, they're going to make it like a man's going to come looking for you. And he's not a good man. Good men are not coming looking for nobody no more. They don't have to. A good man walks into the church, they say, hey, you know what? If you just hold God's unchanging hand, hold on to God's unchanging hand, and a man's going to come in here, and he's going to see you, and he's going to be for you. They need to quit telling that lie. Any single man has his shit together, and he walks into the church, he won't be in there 10 seconds before it's 10 women all over him. It's women all over him. That's the lie they've been telling in the church. That's the lie they've been telling the mosque. Oh, you come in, you bring brother comes in, and he see you, he gonna be like, oh man, I want to marry you. Even in the mosque. No. I done seen it, man. I done seen it in the mosque. Brother come walking in, man. New brother come walking off the street, man. He got any type of good looks or something about him. That brother can't even sit down good before the sisters are sending the sister captain over to find out if the brother's married, if he's spoken for, is he courting somebody, something. 2 or 3 sisters that send the sister captain over. Right? In the church, the man won't even be able to get his butt good into the pew. Won't even have his butt good in the pew before it's women all over him. There's women all over this man. But you waiting. See, no, good men ain't gonna have to. Good men are going to be very much in high demand, very much, because women now are finding out that chasing a man just behind his sexual prowess, that ain't such a good thing no more. The results are in, right? That ain't such a good thing. Some of these dudes, hey, they ain't got nothing but a sexual prowess. That's the only way they can get pull a woman in, right? But they got nothing else. All right, man. Y'all can listen to me, or y'all could just continue to listen to, Meg Thee Stallion and them.
I don't like that. Like, y'all very sassy. Like, y'all want to be women so bad. And I'm not bashing all men. All men don't act like that. So don't come in my comments trying to talk crazy. But I just really want to know, like, this has been on my mind so heavy lately. Like, men really want you to pursue them and to do that.
See, this is another classic Pookie picking. This is classic Pookie picking. A real man don't want you to chase him, but he understands the situation. He ain't looking to chase you. He ain't looking for you to chase him. Most good dudes are just looking for you to show just as much interest in them as they showing in you. That's what most good men want, right? They ain't necessarily trying to have you chasing after them, all over them like that. But they just want to make sure that they ain't spinning their wheels, getting all involved with somebody that ain't feeling them like that. Would you? Wouldn't you? You don't want to be involved with somebody that ain't feeling you like that. I think people want their efforts reciprocated. Especially good men. Good men. They got too much to lose to be trying to chase down women. And women, there's certain women that don't get that. They put all men in the same category. There's good men and there's men that's not good right now. Those are the only two types of men that's out there. And a good man is looking for someone that he can share his life with and be loving to. And then there's other men that they just trying to have sex with you. But women are so confused, man. They just put every man in that category. They put all men in the same category. Guess what? Let me tell you something, women. Good men are going to want to have sex with you just like bad men are going to want to have sex with you. The difference between a good man and a bad man is the character. And what the good man has, the plan that the good man has, right? The vision that he has for his life. Those are two different men. So when you talk to a bad man, when you talk to a man hasn't arrived at being a good man yet, what happens is those type of dudes, they don't have a plan longer than like the week or the next week. They don't have long-term plans. But good men have long-term plans, man. They have desire, they have vision, they have things they want to do. Right? Right? But you out here looking for the sexually attractive men. And those men are typically not the men that have long-term plans. Why? Because they don't need long-term plans. All they got to do is just get out there and show their face, and women are all over them, right? All they got to do is show their body, and women are all over them. They don't have to be good men. They don't have to. But the confusion in the women, I see it. And unfortunately, some of y'all losing your lives because you're confusing these two different men. And you going and you allowing men and you going places that men like that congregate. And then you sexually selecting one or two of them out of this tainted pool of men. And then you say, all men are like this. All men are bad. All men are this. When it's classic Pookie picking. Classic. You go someplace, nothing but Pookies hanging out there, and then you select the best Pookie that you think is there, but they still a Pookie. Even though they're the best Pookie, they still a Pookie. How can you blame the rest of us black men and say we not loving and we not caring and we don't care about our children and we don't care about our women, and some of us do? But we get lopped in because of the confusion and the sexual selecting irresponsibility of the Pookie pickers. They poison the well by saying, hey, since I'm so irresponsible, I can't make good decisions and decide and ferret out the character of a man. Therefore, all of them are bad. I'm not going to accept responsibility for what I am incapable of doing, which is sexually selecting properly to meet my own needs. I'm just going to say the whole well is tainted. Pookie picking at his finest.
Utmost to prove that you really want to mess with them or you really want to, you interested or what. Ew. Where's your balls, sweetie?
Oh, I was today years old.
Where's your balls? See, that's what they're saying. That's what they're saying. Where's your balls? Right? You're supposed to be willing to get an ass kicking at a moment's notice, right? Hey, girl, how you doing? Ew! You're supposed to go through that 4 or 5 times a day, right? Well, you don't even have to anymore. There was a time where we had to do that. And women were much more nicer about it. Oh, I'm seeing somebody right now. Oh, they were much more politically correct. Now, women don't have to be politically correct because there's too many Pookies out there on them. There's the Pookies and then the dudes that just don't know any better. They don't know what to do out there. Anyway, let's continue, y'all. Let's continue. We're almost done.
When I found out that men are not supposed to chase after women. Proverbs 31. Don't chase after women and lose your strength. Women like that have destroyed kings.
All right. All right, y'all. All right, y'all. That is Black Ram right there. But, Proverbs 31, don't chase after women and lose your strength. Women like that have destroyed kings and kingdoms, right? I'm gonna tell you this, man, and then we're gonna close it out, man, because I can go on and on and on about this situation. But I'm not saying that you chase women. I'm saying there's no reason to chase a woman. Only thing you do is constantly stay in communication with her, keep the honest communication going until you got such a bond that you can start walking together toward courtship and then toward marriage, if it makes sense, right? How can you see? I'm telling you, good men, good dudes that's trying to prepare for a family, they're trying to get their career together. They're trying to get their money together. They're trying to get their life together. They don't have time to chase women, especially crazy ones. They don't. Leave that to, Tyrone and, Pookie and them. They chasing women. They hitting up about 10 of them a day, hoping to get 3, maybe get these 2 and flip them 2, and then they do the same thing, start all over again next week. And they think they're a man. They think they're accomplishing something. Right? I'm living off these women. I got these women bringing me money. Oh, okay. You might have that for now, but eventually you're going to get to a point where you're going to need your own money. How's that going to work when you 30 years in get money off of women and they get tired? What if the woman get tired of giving you money? Ouch. Anyway, as a woman, I would take this into consideration. There's no man worth chasing except a good man. A good man is worth 100,000 times his weight in gold. A good man can build a city. A good man can save millions of lives. There's a man named Garrett Morgan. You know how many billions of lives this man has saved? Billions. Well, who's Garrett Morgan, Clarence? He's a black man that invented the yellow signal. And when you see the red, the yellow, and the green, he's the one that put the yellow in there. So what, Clarence? What does that mean? Well, let me explain to you. They was having so many car accidents because the light would get green and then all of a sudden go to red. You had no warning when it was, so people would still be speeding through the intersection, right? But Mr. Morgan, who himself had a car accident behind that, said, I'm gonna do something and I'm gonna save millions and billions of lives. Say put that yellow light in between the red and the green, so now you see the yellow, you know that the red is coming. It's time to start slowing down. Save billions, not millions, billions of lives this man has saved. A good man is so valuable. A good man is so valuable. Problem is, most women couldn't identify a good man if you left them in the room and you put a leash on a good man. They couldn't even pull up to a good man if you put a leash around them. Why? Because they're going off of their sexual appetite instead of they're making decisions based on their sexual appetites instead of their long-term happiness. What's good? A man that knows how to satisfy you sexually now, as opposed to a man that can learn how to sexually satisfy you, but he loves you with all his heart. He loves the children that you gave him. He willing to pay for you to have a car. He willing to do anything he can just to see that beautiful smile on your face in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening. All you got to do is be a real woman to him. But the average woman, she couldn't find a good man if she was trapped in a room surrounded by him. She find their way to the door, flip out of it, and find the first Pookie walking by. The average woman. Not all women, but the average woman. The women that know what I'm talking, the women that have done what I'm saying, and they've been deliberate, like a lot of these young white women, they deliberate, right? They deliberate about getting married. They deliberate about finding good dudes, right? So what do? What do the white women do? Especially in their college years, what do? They go to the medical building. I'll volunteer to be a corpse. I'll volunteer to be, and that's how they creep up on the doctors. Or they go to the law library. I'll be in the jury. See, they deliberate. They're 100 miles ahead of black women as a group. They're 100 miles ahead. They're 100 miles ahead. Why? Because, see, the lesbians ain't got such a strong hold in the white community, because white women, they know what time it is. Especially the married ones. They know what time it is, most of them. Most of them. Yeah, there's always going to be some outliers, but most of them, they know what time it is, man. They don't go for the lesbianism. But in the black community, man, the black women, man, and I'm not saying lesbianism is a bad thing. It's a bad thing if you're doing it for the wrong reason. Now, if that's you and that's what you believe in, cool. But a lot of our women are getting suckered into the lesbianism, and by the time they get done with that, man, they check back into the heterosexual camp. They are a billion miles behind. No way to catch up. Anyway, I don't mean to insult anyone. I definitely didn't mean to insult the lesbians. I didn't mean to insult, the people that are the celibates. I didn't mean to insult anyone. All I'm trying to do is get women that are looking for matrimony. Now, this ain't for women that want to be out there, being strong and promiscuous. This ain't for you. This is for women that's looking for matrimony. There's still a few of y'all out there looking for matrimony. Okay, you got to stop fishing at the club. Guys don't go to the club looking for matrimony. I know I'm going to convert them. Women always think they're going to use the conversion plan. I'm going to convert them. See, I'm going to get them at the club, and then I'm going to convert them into you not. Or better yet, that has a low success rate, what you talking about. Most men are not interested in being converted into being good dudes. Either they're a good dude or they're not. Yet. They'll convert when they're ready to convert. Not, you can't make somebody convert. Anyway, y'all tell me what y'all think, man. I'm just talking, man. You know what I'm saying? Just your little brother, putting in some information out there. Y'all tell me what y'all think. Maybe I got it backwards. Maybe one of y'all could tell me, hey, Clarence, you got it all wrong. All wrong. You know what I'm saying? This ain't Pookie picking. It's all black men are, bad. There ain't no good black men. There ain't no good men. Period. Right? Go lesbianism, right? Well, let's see. Let's talk about it. All right, y'all. Peace.